Right, sorry this is in the complete pitch black, but it's kind of the best I can do for you right now. The car's been to Gaydon Motor Museum and back, done it's done 260 miles just in getting there and back. It's also just diverted to Dunmo on the way home, and I've managed to plan this pretty strategically from halfway down the M40 when I realised that the mileage on the sat-nav added up to being within 10 miles of this speedometer saying that it's done 2,000 miles since it was first ever driven back in March. So at the moment it's sitting 18,507. A perfect 2,000 miles will be 18,512. And halfway down the M40 I thought, if it's going to be that bloody close, then that sounds like a good round off figure to me to say, that's it, time to rebuild the engine. Because otherwise I'm going to keep on driving it, waiting for another milestone that adds up logically in my head that has some kind of significance to it. And I think that the 2,000 mile mark is a pretty good one if you ask me. So we've had, the only issue I've had today is that I filled it up last night, and basically I generally find that with the dirt in the tank, provided you keep the fuel gauge indicator above the halfway mark, you don't have a problem, the dirt stays in the tank. But have it get below that and the dirt starts finding its way into the pickups and it just starts being a pain in the backside. And basically today it did about 150 miles because it went from my mate's house near Benfleet all the way back as well, so that was another 25 miles on top of that. So it did about 150, 160 miles since being filled up, and on the M40 it just completely died of fuel starvation on the spot. So thankfully one of the chaps I've been with at the museum stopped, and we basically went on the safest way we could up the M40 to the nearest petrol station to re-brim it up so I could get home. And since we did that, he's been absolutely fine. He's done 130 miles since then. It was on 869 I believe at the petrol station. It's now done, no sorry, that must have been hang on, let me add this up. 369 even, so it's now on 509, so it's done the best part of 150 miles again. And on the way back from Dunmo I've just had to do the trick again of basically take the inlet pipe off of the fuel filter, blow it to basically push all the dirt out and then keep going. And yeah, he's just been sitting at 70 most of the way back to just make sure that there's enough force to keep the fuel pulling through. And what I'm now going to do is we're now on 509, so I think if I've got my maths right, this might be more close than I thought. But my idea is put him in the garage, want to bang on round off 2,000 figure or as close to it as I can manage, and then engine out, time for a rebuild. It's been an absolutely wicked day out. Started quite, well, let's face it, completely miserably because it was raining the entire time, and a lot of people didn't actually turn up, but nevertheless we had a good time, and the fanatics I was with had a lot more British knowledge than I do, so I learned a bit as well, so that's a bonus. But mainly I've caught up with some old mates that I haven't been able to show the 10-2 because he's been a pain and keeps on not getting to shows. So to get there today was quite cool, and to prove that he would do that sort of length of journey as well, because the longest he's been beforehand was the 110 down to Margate. So he's now proved himself that he would be capable of long distance driving, and that's before he's even had a rebuild. So here we go, getting back into hometown now. We're on 510. Now I can't quite remember. I think this could even end up, if I go the old back way, if I go the really back way from here, I might be able to even get it home on exactly 512. And now I'd say that, I think I doubt that, because from this point on it's now just gone to 511. I'm pretty certain it's more than a mile to get from here to the house. Damn. Oh well, it'll be down well close enough. But yeah, this will mark 512 will mark exactly 2,000 miles since I sat in this car for the first time and drove up and down the back road testing the brakes. And to say that it's quite mad, to be honest, that I've done this many miles in such a short space of time, because don't forget, it wasn't actually driving properly until the very tail end of August. In fact, it was a bank holiday weekend that I spent literally 5 straight days just driving it, because I'd finally got to the bottom of why it was overheating, and I've basically driven it most evenings and weekends since, because it's just been a case of, well, drive it, enjoy it while you can. Because I knew I was taking back off the road to rebuild the engine, because on one of the occasions it overheated, it fried the rings. But it's quite surprising, it does still sound quite sweet in all honesty, but nonetheless, it's down on compression a little bit, and you can hear the piston slapping around like a right good one. So, and of course, we do know that as a result of the rings, at very high revs, it does pop the dipstick out, which tells you that there's a mass amount of excess crank pressure, which shouldn't be there. So, here we go. Let's see if we can get this home. So, as a friend of mine said to me today, I've done extremely well to be completely untrained in what I've done, but in fact self-taught and guided by those who've done it for years and been self-taught by manuals and seen people do it on TV. To completely recommission a car myself is quite an achievement, given the fact I've had no specialist tools at all. Just your basic toolkit and some elbow grease to clean things up, basically. So yeah, there you go. Oh, hang on. No way. How far is it from this bridge to the back of the house? Because it's just gone over the bridge and hit 512. Please tell me. Please tell me I can get this to the garage on 512. That would be absolutely awesome. And this is that time when I realise that driving slowly isn't going to change the amount of distance I've driven. Oh come on, this torture. How far is it? Because I know down to the bottom of that road it is exactly a mile. Oh man, this is torture now. Oh, I know what I should have done there. I should have gone the other way, shorter. Oh man, this is the torture now. Do not you dare turn to 513. Don't you dare. How far is that bloody bridge from the house? I actually don't know. I suppose I'll have to find out, because we are edging ever flipping closer to the back of the house. Don't be a flipping mile. Just under, I beg you. It's not started rolling over yet. And don't forget, this hasn't got a trip meter. So this is... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my... We have bloody done it! We have bloody done it! That was pretty strategic and well planned for a last minute idea. Woo! We've done it! Happy days! Oh man, right. I'm gonna get out of the car and do your little PTC with the side lights. Which means I'll turn the headlights off, because otherwise you will not get... Actually, that's gonna be pretty hopeless to be fair. Right. Oh, crikey. So there we have it, guys. He's done exactly 2,000 miles since he was first driven out of that garage, which you can't see whatsoever, can you? I'm sure you've seen our photos of it. So yeah, exactly 2,000 miles ago, he drove out that garage for the first time to be tested up and down this road. Absolutely wicked. Admittedly, he spent more time so far since that day off the road, not working properly because of the problem that was making him overheat. But nonetheless, I got to the bottom of that. Managed to cover 500 miles in that time though, mind you. But since then, he's now done another 1,500 miles, trouble-free, and I'm extremely happy about that. First car I've ever recommissioned myself. I've done it all with bare hands, elbow grease and my basic toolkit. I'm pretty happy. So what I can say for now is you're going to see tons and tons of content because, let this car go by, you're going to get loads and loads of content now, guys, because obviously there's stripping the head down, relapping all the valves in, taking the water pump off and obviously putting that back on again. Simple stuff, but the valve stuff is what I really want to show you because I was taught it by someone at a Rolls-Royce and Bentley restoration company a few years ago, and I've never actually had to use it since. But all I remember is that I mastered doing inlet valves because they're not too difficult generally. It's normally the exhaust ones that are worse because they've got the hot gases going through them, and when something isn't quite right and it's not seating, the heat gets between the two surfaces of the face on the valve itself and the valve seat, and it basically picks it up, and that can be a real pain to grind out because you have your valve, put a bit of paste on it, and you have to run it up and down really fast with twist it between your fingers, and that's how you grind it out. There is cheap methods I've seen with a drill, but I'm not sure about them, so we'll see how we get on. But obviously then there's taking the engine out completely, doing the clutch, being able to completely demonstrate to you the difference in the clutch setup, because I don't think I really did that in the past, which was a little bit annoying because it is quite a significant difference between the old setup that he's used and the new one that was used from the Renault 12 onwards. So, but yeah, looking forward to it. So, can't guarantee you when all the content's going to be going up because I'm going through a little bit of personal issues at the moment, and it means that can't always do it, and therefore can't make the content for you to see. So it will be as and when I can do it, and then obviously once I've edited it all up and then posted it up. So, but yeah, it'll be coming. So for now, check the lovely yellow headlights out. Just awesome, aren't they? Till next time, see you later.